Hi everyone, this is Scott Lutz, and this is your week's political rant. And this week we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I have been doing the Constitution for the last few weeks for the month, and I have decided to do something a little bit different because America is losing its vision on what communism is. And the thing is, so what is communism? Well, let's talk about it today. Let's start with saying that communism is a dictatorship type government based on the writings of Karl Marx. Communism is against religion because its government is based on atheist idealism. Most of the time, the state is the religion. So, in other words, you worship the state. Okay? So here's the problem. Americans, especially the younger ones, are really, really wanting socialism in the United States. Well, I hate to tell you this, but socialism and communism are nearly the same thing. That's why I'm talking about this on Political Rant today, because I want you guys to start thinking about something. Okay? Let's continue. Now, they don't believe in freedom of speech, especially when it comes to speaking against the government. Those who try to speak against the government are normally imprisoned or sent to camps, re-education camps. Okay? There is no freedom to own a business since the state runs all the companies. And there is no private property. The state runs the land, owns the land. So if you want to own a house, you can't, and the state can't evict you at any time, as they did, as China did when they were preparing for the Olympics back in 2008, 2009. We were all memorized by the opening ceremonies of the Olympics back then, but they, in reality, to build their stadium, they forced hundreds of people out of their homes so that they could build this stadium. But they could do that because they owned the property. The government owned the property. And there was nothing that the people could say or do about it. And there is only one political party, which is the Communist Party. You have no point of view. You have no freedom of thought. Nothing at all. And you have to believe in the communist idealism, and not your own ideas like Americans are used to. What the Americans want is dangerous, and it's a lie if the people think that they will have equality because the government has all the wealth. Well, here's the thing. Let's talk about this for a minute. People think that the government is corrupt. So why would you want a corrupt government to have all the guns, all the money, and all the power? That doesn't make any sense. You won't have any power to the people. You won't be able to defend yourself against an evil regime. And chances are you'll probably be poor because the government will be rich and you will be poor because the government will decide how much you make, what you do for a living, and they will own all the businesses, so they will even decide your rate of pay. Not good. Not good at all. We have to think about it. Thousands of Americans have died and our allies around the world to stop communism. And we didn't defeat communism in 1990, 89, 90, 91, 92. Doesn't matter. We didn't fight to defeat it. To join the club. You're a free people, America. You can speak your mind. You can tell people how you feel. You can say you don't like the president if you don't like the president. You can vote another president in if you don't like the president. You can you can choose which career and path you want in your own life. And you can start a business without the government saying, I don't want you to. Unless that business is totally illegal anyway. So why would you want to give up these things just because you think you're going to get a few things free? Oppression is not freedom, my friends. Oppression is exactly what it sounds like. And you cannot have the Constitution in the United States and have the free nation of the United States and have communism and Sharia law and socialism and all these other types of government mixed in. America was founded on the will of the people, the right of the people, and the freedom of the people. It is us who are in charge, the people who are in charge. We put the people in government to regulate the laws, but we're the ones who decide whether we want them in the White House, whether we want them in the Senate, whether we want them in the Congress, and we can even vote in our own laws. All this will be gone if we go towards a socialist government, if we go towards a communist government, if we go towards a Sharia law government, or any religious type government. All this would be gone. Your freedoms will be gone. You will be sent to camps if you disagree. You will be put into prison if you disagree. And you won't be able to choose which God you want to serve if you are under a communist socialist government. Anyway, that's all. This plan on making America a communist nation will destroy this land and what it stood for and its freedom. And it'll be a slap in the face of all the soldiers, the men and women who fought for our freedom. Their deaths will be in vain if we give up our freedom. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to go on to another topic before I close up. Now, for the second time in 2 sessions, the Oregon State Senate did a walkout. Now, if you know anything about Oregon, we are dominated by the Democrat Party. Don't know how this keeps happening. Because most of our state is actually Republican. There's only the bigger cities are liberal Democrat. Only the bigger populations. But for some way, the Democrats now hold majority in the House and the Senate. And so therefore, there's no balance of power in Oregon anymore. It's all the Democrats' way, all the liberals' way, all the progressive way, and there's no way a Republican say anything. So here's the thing. They come out with this new bill, which is going to, of course, raise the taxes again. And, Oregon doesn't have a sales tax, but we are taxed a lot. We're getting to be a very expensive state because of the taxes alone. So, since the Republicans have no say in what or opinion, they have no choice but to walk out to block a vote. Tell me, how is that fair government? Tell me, how is that um, being equal? Tell me, how is that um, helping Oregon at all? By not allowing one side to have an opinion. So, the Republicans in the state Senate walk out, and therefore, the Democrats can't have their vote. And the whole reason why the Republicans walked out is because they want to give the people a chance to vote on this new bill. Now, if it was the Democrats that were in the minority and the Republicans in the majority, it would be the shoe on the other foot. The Democrats would walk out, and there would be no problem with that because the governor is Democrat. When you think about it, last year when they walked out, the governor was threatening to have them hauled back to the Senate and send the state police after them. The senators had to leave the state in order to escape this. Tell me, again, does this sound like freedom to you? Does this sound like America to you? Does this sound like the state of Oregon, this wonderful, beautiful state, is a part of America? When you have a dictatorial party running the whole show, and there's no balance of power whatsoever? Now then, this is Scott Lutz, and this is this week's political rant. Hope this gives you some things to think about. Next week, we'll go back to the amendments. Talk to you later. Bye.